Okay, let's see if we can get this started up. Let's see. Appears to be working. Yeah, I believe so. I think it's fine. We're increase the stream quality here. We don't know how this is going to do. We are going to start here. We're going to load into Vandal Swarm just for shits and grins. Let's make sure what ship we got here. We're going to select the ship. We'll take the Gladius. See what we got. It's still got everything on it. Tarantula. Panther repeaters. We got rattlers. We've got rattlers. Okay, looks like the loadout's good. We're just going to do Vandal Swarm here. Select the Gladius. And we're just going to do private NPC because I'm not going to wait hours for a like I say, this can be a trip in VR. Let's see, doesn't look like, hope everything's working. We'll know in a second.
Vandal Swarm initiated.
Alright. ESP off.
As you wish.
ESP doesn't work very well.
There are multiple hostiles inbound.
Nearest target.
Contact.
Targeting.
Don't know how this is going to go. Sometimes it goes good, sometimes it don't. Sometimes I absolutely suck, sometimes I do good. Just the paying enough attention there. Come on. It's hard to get on target. Well, son of a gun. Next target shouldn't be it.
Warning. There are multiple hostiles.
Balance shields.
Shields equalized.
Nearest target.
Targeting.
I don't see my wingman showing up on my 3D scanner, but there's one. We'll go get him. Or go help him, I should say. Like I say, flight controls is just not very good for dogfighting. Just don't have that fine control that you like to have. It's hard to get on target. It's hard to stay on target. Kind of like being on an ice rink, I guess. This can be really fun in VR. Just had better flight controls, which I'm sure will come. Just that it's jerky, it's not smooth. Damn it. It's not very smooth. We'll go a little while longer here. No matter how you set your curves, it just doesn't really matter. It just doesn't want to, just don't have fine control like you expect in a flight sim. Come on, get on it. And yes, I am flying coupled because it's even worse to me, it seems like, when I'm uncoupled. It doesn't help that the HUD's always washed out. But such is life. Ah, come on. Get away. Next target.
Next hostile selected.
And your targeting is not quite right. You have to go next target. You can't go nearest, but it takes a while for your target to despawn. And we've got plenty of help here, so we are not going to waste our missiles yet, although we do have one on our 6. And I could also, probably ought to be an afterburner here to chase him up. Oops. Just don't have fine control that we used to have. And practicing doesn't help because it doesn't give you the same feel every time. Oops, come on. Oops, come on. You just can't get near the target, and using ESP is worse. And like I say, they're aware it's not very good. They're just not on their list of things to fix because it is alpha. I mean, they'll eventually get it fixed by beta, I'm sure. This whole HUD situation against bright lights where it doesn't contrast kind of sucks too. Whoops. Next target.
Next hostile.
But it's good to come in here every now and then and keep your practice up for what you can practice. Like I say, it's not very... You're only going to get to a certain stage because of the controls, no matter... It's not consistent. Trying to stay on a target, so... It's just hard to fine control your ship. It's Some people try strafing all the time. I have found that doesn't help. It's just as bad. You're just fanning. Basically what you do, you fan targets now instead of actually come on, get on it. See, you just can't get on your target. You just can't, don't have the control. I don't know, maybe it's different flying with joysticks, I mean with a mouse, but just not something you can do when you're running in an Oculus. You don't have enough, you can't see your keyboard, so you really need joysticks. And they just don't set up the way I would like them to. Only flight sim I have this trouble with. And since everybody complains about it, I reckon everybody has a problem. As you can see, it's just all over the place. No matter how you set your curves, doesn't seem to matter. But can be fun, as you can see, especially in VR with the immersion. Nearest target.
Targeting.
Okay, down below us. And I'm not using a lot of afterburner, I just don't see where it's necessary. Not really worried about chasing these targets. So if we just can't, it's hard to drag your pip just a little bit. Doesn't like to do that. Whoops. Next target.
Cycling hostiles.
Damn, that hurt. You'll notice in this ship, when you're in HMD or any ship, you will notice that you will get jerked around when things happen. There's a bug there. You notice my weapons wouldn't fire. It does happen. Starboard shield.
Right shields.
Forward shields.
Fortifying requested shield.
Balance shields.
Equalize shields.
Lock missile. Whoops.
Locking onto targets.
Lock missile.
Locking on.
Come on. Fire missile.
Missile away.
Now, see, normally he'd be an easy kill right now, except I can't get on the target. He's got no shields left, and before I can polish him off, 10 to 1, and I can't missile fire him again because it's borked. Now I can try to switch targets. Oh, damn it. Yeah, we know it. Just no control, or very poor control of these ships. Damn it. Didn't mean to do that. Lock missile. Looks like missile.
Lock targets.
Broke. Fire missile.
Fire missile.
Occasionally it will work and it will break target. There we go. Nearest target.
Targeting.
Next target.
Cycle hostiles.
As you can see, we just targeted the same dead person again. That happens. just hard to, especially your elite fighters, it's just hard to stay on the target. You just can't hardly do it. Just like being on ice. Everything overcorrects or undercorrects. No matter how you set your curves, it's just something you got to deal with at this time in the game. And we're on fire. And it looks like our wingmen bailed on us. And that's what happens. They don't get destroyed. They just disappear. Another bug, I take it. Come on. Just can't stay on the target. See, it just wants to be all over the place. Just bad controls. Then they get you in the glare, and then you cannot see nothing. You can't even find your target. You're just blind. Block missile.
Locking target.
Fire missile.
Missile launch.
One wingman's back. You just can't stay. See, he's all but dead. He has no shields, and I won't be able to polish him off, and I won't be able to miss him again. So many faults in space combat at the moment. He wasn't even attacking me, I don't think, but that's just the way it goes. We'll do one more respawn before we call it quits. I like to keep up with a little bit, just so we don't get too out of practice. Nearest target.
Targeting.
See, his shields are completely recovered, and let's see, we're going to go down here and pick up a missile. Not that I can use what I have, but oh, come on. Lock missile.
Missiles locked.
Fire missile.
Firing missile.
Can't stay on the target, so you can't kill nothing. See, it just won't go over the target. ESP is on right now. You'll notice that you're supposed to get a helpful lock. It just actually throws you off the target. ESP off.
As you wish.
So you're better off turning it off and trying to fan your target. And this is why space combat is so frustrating at the moment. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Can't see the markers or nothing because everything is... And you'll see fire missile. We cannot fire another missile. It's blocked right now. Fire missile.
Missile away.
As you can see, it's not missile away. Next target. Next target.
Cycling hostiles.
Break a missile lock. Nearest target.
Targeting.
Aft shields.
Power to rear shields.
I cannot even find him because of the glare. Balance shields.
All shields.
Just get you right up in the glare and you're done. Lock missile.
Lock target.
Fire missile.
Firing missile.
Come on, son. Just cannot get on him. Just refuses to let you target it. Just floats all around. Damn it. Unbelievable. Like being on ice. Not a bit fun. Just frustrating. Next target.
Next hostile selected.
Nearest target.
Targeting.
Nearest target.
Targeting.
Lock missile.
Locking on.
Fire missile.
Missile launch.
Just can't not kill him. Look at him taking off now. He's completely borked. I take it he's dead. I'm not sure. Next target. Next target.
Cycle hostiles.
Like I say, it can be frustrating. And at the same time it can be fun. ESP off. Just don't have that fine control that you really need. Just like skating. No matter how you set your joystick curves, it just doesn't improve anything. Because it's not smooth. For whatever. See, I just can't get the target centered. I'm moving my stick. It'll either move a little, it'll move not at all, or a bunch. Jumps around your target. So it's a hit or miss. See, it just won't come up to hit him. It's almost like he's got a bubble around him that you just can't get on. Like I say, it may be completely different if you're flying with a mouse. I don't fly with a mouse. But in every other game, these joysticks are pretty accurate once you get them set up for a game. Nearest target.
Targeting.
Yeah. Come on, where you at? Okay, we'll kill one more and we'll call it quits here. Missile lock. Maybe too far away and we may be out. Missile lock. Lock missile. Missile lock should work. Lock missile. Might be out. And you can see most of the time your HUD is useless because it's all washed out. Which doesn't really make any sense. But that's the way SIG likes it. It's always been that way since the 2 series. Since I've started playing the game. They always claim they're going to do something, but space combat is one of the worst parts of the game right now as far as I'm concerned, which is a shame. It ought to be the best. Not like they haven't had 6 years, almost 6 years to at least get something right. Just can't stay on it. Nothing's accurate. Lock missile.
Target locked.
Obviously out of missiles. Can't lock what you don't have. Yeah, see, it just won't get onto the target. Okay, there we go. Anyway, a little bit of fun. It is fun, if it is, even though it is, can be very frustrating.
Warning.
But in your HMD, it's completely different, because you do get throw around, and that alone messes up your aim. But even when you're on try to get on target, you just can't really get on him because it seems like the other ships have a bubble around them. ESP is worse. I always turn it off now. It's supposed to help you aim, and it doesn't. In fact, it will never hit a target 1 out of 100 times. At least with it off, you can get on a target. So we're going to go ahead and back out of Vandal Swarm here. Go back to menu. And because we've already burned our rattlers, I think what we'll do is we'll burn our rattlers here. We're going to change ships. We're going to pull up the Titan, and we're going to switch out some weapons here just because we can. Okay, nothing we can do about the nose. Left wing. Badger repeaters. We're going to take off the gimbal. What do we got loaded up here? Empty. We don't even have a... It's not going to let me pull them off my other ship? Come on. No, it's not. So we're going to have to clear out our other ship. Obviously, you can't use them twice. I would think I would just be able to pull them off. Oh, nose ain't gonna make any difference, but I don't think we need the rack. Just in case somebody wants to be silly. Okay, we're going to save changes. Now we're going to go back to our Titan. Now we should have some gear to put on it. Left wing. Why didn't they show up? Completely exit. Now we'll go back to ship customization. To hell. Cool, so it's telling us we have no weaponry. This is definitely a bug. Okay, come on now. Something ain't working right. The hell. The hell is going on here? Something ain't working right here today. I don't know what it is, but I only have one available. I should have two available. And I have no rattlers available. So we're not going to change anything on this ship, obviously, because something's bugged today. Nothing's equipped, yet I have nothing here. So let's exit Arena Commander completely and then go in and we'll see if anything changes. Obviously it's a bug. Nothing I can do about it. It's telling me all my wreck items are not available. And they're not. See, there he says I don't have them. Wow, what a piece of crap, huh? Oh well, we're not going to change out the loadout on the Titan because it's impossible. It won't allow me. So we'll go in and do some PU. As I say, there's so many bugs, it's alpha, there's nothing we can do about it. No sense messing with it. You take what you can get. Next time I log in, the stuff might be there, who knows? Who knows? Wait for load in here. One thing you learn is nothing's persistent in Star Citizen. Here we go. I think we're getting loaded in here. There it goes. Maybe. Comlink established. We're in the PU. Lag spike, big one. And this is not going to get better for a while. I mean, we all hope it will, but let's be realistic. If they cannot figure out how they're supposed to call stuff, which obviously they're having a problem with, trying to get it to work. Everybody is making excuses for them. Well, they don't have this, they don't have that. Well, I would have thought they'd have figured this out in the most basic form, because it's only been around since games have been made in MMOs. This guy's in my way. So we'll see. Now I'm curious to see how the Titan will even spawn. Lag spike. Wow. Not running good today. Says it's stored. Let's retrieve it. See what happens. We may or may not be able to do anything. We'll just have to wait and find out here. I think we'll try recentering again. Oops. We're not running very well. Yeah, serious lag spikes. And it may settle down after we get away from Olisar. Sometimes it will. Somebody may be outside running into the station or attacking it. You never know. Why they want to do things like that, I don't know. But there you have it. Yeah, see, when a system is running bad, this is what happens. You see the ship has no interior guts, so this is a reclaim. And in my experience, if you don't log out after you reclaim, you're just going to keep reclaiming ships without parts. So I'm afraid that we're going to have to come back after a while to do any playing, because server just not very good shape. Or at least this server. Those big lag spikes told me that things weren't copacetic. I mean, I expect lag spikes, but when they get a whole bunch of really, really big ones, you can usually bet something ain't right. Whoops. Keep forgetting that this mouse is really sensitive when I'm in these magnified screens. Oh, come on. And because I am going to go ahead and claim everything, because experience tells me that once one ship does that, you go to claim your other ships. It's the same thing, so we're going to claim the two I use the most. That way, at least maybe when I come back, they'll be good to go.
Danny Zaharinov, hi, do you think that SIG are going to fix the performance of the servers?
Yes, they will, but when will be the question. It's not they can't leave it like this. They'll have everybody up in arms forever. I just think right now they're not sure how. They're having troubles doing it because they've said they've been working on blind culling and all that stuff and OCS, and they can't get any of it to work right. So my guess is they just have a problem they haven't figured out how to fix. But they will. I mean, it's not that they're going to give up and say, oh, you get what you get, because they can't. So it's just a matter of time. And though it is frustrating, I'm sure there's going to be a time where we can run this game at 60 frames per second, no problem. Or better. no lag spikes, all that stuff. But anytime you have something they keep changing, it's going to take them a while to fix. And every time they might fix something, it breaks again because they are nowhere near completion. And yes, it's frustrating when you're trying to do things, but the fact of the matter is, it is a test server. It is an alpha test. And they should not sell the game as fly now, and they should sell it as, hey, if you want to give us money, okay, but, you know, the fact of the matter is, it's a mess. But they won't admit that. They act like everything works fine. And that's why they get so many new backers and they get all upset. Because they've basically been lied to. So, who knows? But yes, they will fix it. It's just a matter of time. It's people who claim it's a scam and all this stuff. Well, right now, if it turns into a scam, Chris Roberts and the people at CID are going to spend an awful long time in jail running that kind of scheme. I don't think any of those boys want to spend the rest of their life in jails because they'll be ruined for life. So, I'm not for an instance do I think it's a scam. I just think they've got so much bit off, it's just taking more work to complete, to get running the way it needs to be running. And they'll eventually get it worked out. It's just a matter of time. And there are some days you can log in, especially when there's very few people on the server, and the game just runs fantastic. So, we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe in a couple more patches. It won't be the next patch, I don't think, but maybe by Christmas, 2 more patches, maybe they'll get some of the performance issues fixed. The trouble is that even if they get some of them fixed, they're going to create new ones every time they add new features. So it's really going to be, until they get all the features, the core mechanics into the game, it's going to be a problem, performance is. Because every time you add a new core feature, you're screwing things up to get them to work. So it's going to be completely, you know, do-overs. Unfortunately, because you never know when you add something new what it's going to break. You hope it doesn't break anything, but realistically, it only takes one piece of code to get confused, and there you have a lag spike. So we'll see. Just going to take a lot of patience. Eventually we'll get something that is very fun to play. If they don't run out of money first, which could always happen. You never know. Okay, we're going to go ahead and log out here because let the ships recover. Hopefully when we come back, they'll all spawn with all their parts. And we'll get on a server that runs a little better. Hopefully. So
Danny Zaharino, recently I bought the Aurora MR starter pack and I am thinking about upgrading it to an Avenger Titan. What do you think?
If you're going to upgrade to a Titan, like I just tried to spawn, you'll find that for a starter ship, it's probably going to be the best starter ship in the game. It is a ship that can do everything right now. As far as starting to play, it can do missions, it can do light trading. So it's probably the ship you're going to be able to make the most money with. It's a little better combat ship, even though combat's not very good in the game right now. But yeah, I have a Titan and I will use it. I have other ships, but I will use the Titan. I use it all the time because it is so versatile. And I do not think that, you know, if you don't have any other ship in the game but the Avenger Titan, you're going to be happy with what you can do with it. I mean, things like the Aurora and Mustang, there's nothing wrong with them, but I think you'll find you'll have a whole lot more fun running the Titan because it's just a little bit more capable for a very small price increase. Okay, we're going to go ahead and shut this stream down here. Thanks for watching. We'll be back after a while. We'll give the server time to clear out and improve a little bit. Hopefully. So until then, see everybody later.